It's that time again.
He's Christian.
He's KJ.
And you're listening to We'll Get You Hip on comradio.com.
Let's get it!
Too many thoughts on my mind, I can't sleep at night, so I just keep writing.
What's going on? This is We'll Get You Hip here on comradio.com. I'm your host, Christian. That over there is my co-host, KJ. How you doing, KJ?
Doing all right. Hanging
in there?
Yeah.
Long weekend?
Yeah.
All right, let's kind of jump towards another team in the NFC East, the Giants, who are currently 0-5. Our last in the NFC East was projected to possibly win the division and actually get into the playoffs.
They were Super Bowl contenders.
They were Super Bowl contenders just because their defense was super good. They paid a lot of money for the defense.
They're supposed to have a high-octane offense this year.
But it's all because of that offensive line. I blame everything on the offensive line.
I talked to my one Giants friend a while ago, or my friend that's a Giants fan, and I said, like, you know when, like, you're in a house or whatever, or when you're on a ship, and there's a leak in the ship, and you ignore the leak because you consider it's a small leak, it's only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then it's just going to flood the entire ship. And that's what their situation's been with the offensive line.
I can't agree with you more.
It's just gotten worse and worse and worse.
They've neglected it so much. I don't understand why, because you don't have a mobile quarterback. What do you expect Eli Manning to do? Like, he literally is one of the slowest quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yeah.
I don't know what they were expecting. They were going to throw faster? Like, no, that's not a thing.
You look at people like Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady who have, if you pay attention to it and look at the details of how they've elongated their career, it's because their release got faster. They got rid of the ball. Hence, you can't hit them as quick as you can't get to them as quick as you once could. So now, if guys aren't getting hurt, yeah, I can play longer because I have the offensive line that still allows me to block for the 3 to 6 seconds that I need and get the ball out of my hands.
But you only give me like 2 seconds.
But now you have Eli who sits in the pocket barely, has to scramble around a little bit, or wait for Odell to take down the field, or he's getting sacked. And he, like you said, he's not that mobile, so...
It's ridiculous.
But that's not even, like, their problem right now. Essentially, that's not even the main problem with them. The Giants lost all their receivers.
They did.
They're all gone.
They're all gone. Right now, you're looking at Brandon Marshall, who I believe has a hamstring injury.
No, Brandon Marshall's on the IR with an ankle injury.
And you have Odell out with...
Odell's on the IR
with a broken ankle.
With a broken leg and torn ankle ligaments.
Oh, jeez. And then...
Sterling Shepard is out, but he's only out for 2 weeks, so I guess that's...
That's okay, but you don't expect him to be a number one receiver.
He's going to have to be.
Oh, yeah, he's going to have to be, of course, but he's not going to be... People are going to key on him, they're going to double team him, and then who's after that? Exactly, so just to give an idea...
you got to focus on the run game with a terrible offensive line. So I don't know how that's going to work.
Just to put things in perspective.
Also, then you just had DRC lead the team.
Yeah. So...
Not a good time to be a Giants fan.
No, it's not. I would, like, when you look at it, if you put it in perspective, right now you have Odell as your 1, Brandon Marshall was your 2, and then Sterling Shepard, who was your 3 or slot. That's a good receiving corps. Very good, honestly. Very, like, probably top
Solid,
10. Yeah, top 10 in the NFL. You get rid of all of them, you're stuck with Tavares King, Roger Lewis, and your slot receiver. Like, they don't list a third receiver.
And a rookie tight end.
And Rhett Elson, who's probably going to get double teamed now.
And Ingram's a rookie tight end.
Oh, Ingram's a rookie tight end? So they might have to move him out. I was talking to another one of my Giants friends. Their best option, because right now you have Paul Perkins as your running back, and you have Shane Vereen as your backup. Shane Vereen's not pretty good with the hands.
And they have Orleans Darkwa and Wayne Gallman.
Yeah. So Shane Vereen's actually good with the hands. I would move him to the slot, if anything. Or do a double running back set.
I don't know what they're going to do.
I don't know what they're going to do either, but...
I might actually, like, watch the Giants game.
Just to see what's going to happen.
Just to see what happens, like, what they're able to do.
If anything, Ben McAdoo might lose his job. The GM definitely might lose his job.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to clean house.
Now, in the draft, did they draft offensive line? Did they look for the future and a new quarterback? There's rumors that they might pick up Saquon. Is that going to be a thing? If you were the new Giants GM, what would you tackle first?
Well, personally, as a Penn State student, as an Eagles fan, I don't think it's going to be Saquon because they just drafted running backs in consecutive years. And they have, like, a stable of running backs at this point. So drafting Saquon is just like, okay, well, here's the guy. But now we have all these other guys, so what are we going to do with them?
Mm-hmm.
But I think the smart move with them is to go get a new quarterback.
Yeah, because when you think, I say Eli probably has another 2 good years out of him, maybe.
Or they're gonna have to maybe like trade a player or two and like get a second pick in the draft in the first round to get a quarterback and an offensive lineman.
Yeah, that could be a side move. They might have to trade Eli a lot together.
Yeah, I even saw that as a possibility this week. I saw that around.
And then just tank a season, let your rookie sit, get like a Josh McCown type, and play out the season.
Yeah, they're gonna have to do something where it's just like.
We just finished talking about the NFL, the Giants' woes, predictions. Now you want to move a little bit to the NBA? Talk about NBA basketball?
Let's do that. The association.
So,
the season starts next week.
It does start next week.
This is going to be like the best season in like years.
I hope it is. If everyone can stay healthy. No, wait, no. I don't know. With all the super team stuff, I don't know. But
I mean,
just with the rookies themselves, to me, that's what's making me excited. Just because they're so talented.
That's like the icing on top of everything, the rookies.
You think?
Yeah. Like the main treat or the main dessert is like all the super teams, and then like you add up like the best layer of rookies probably since LeBron's.
I wouldn't say that just yet. I need to see at least 20 games from these kids. Because
that's the bar that I'm raising them to.
I hope
this is going to be the best draft.
And because I never really got to experience the 2003 draft the way it was. Until the aftermath, so it'll be nice to kind of live through this great draft
and actually see them grow up and
stuff.
Yeah.
I think it'll be exciting. So we're gonna talk about a certain player that
a giraffe. Some people might see him. I see him as a giraffe.
Yeah. So Joel Embiid recently played his first game last night against the Brooklyn Nets.
He is back.
And he played just 15 minutes because, he's injury prone and whatnot.
What did he do in those 15 minutes?
He had 22 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and a block. He was 14 for 18 from the free throw line and 4 of 9 from the field. It's pretty good.
Mind you, all those shots in the field weren't just by the basket like a normal.
He was spreading the floor.
He was shooting jump shots. He's 7 foot tall and he's shooting jump shots. Like I've never seen anything like him.
Embiid was plus 15 on when he played.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. See, I like that a lot. And he really 2 days ago he just got a 5-year, $146.5 million extension, and people were questioning if that was worth it just because he only played 20, 30 games last year.
He's played in 31 games, but last year he was already considered the rookie of the year.
But rookie of the year.
He didn't end up winning it, but you play in 31 games and you can get considered the rookie of the year.
Yeah, but
the dude is talented.
The dude is very talented.
He's a rarity.
He needs to stay healthy.
I think he will.
You think if he can play at least...
wood, but I think he will.
If he can play at least 40, 50 games, the money's worth it. Because then you literally have close to around 65% of those are wins.
I mean, honestly, we have to remember the fact that we don't know everything as fans, and you and me on this radio show right now, we don't know everything that goes on in that Sixers locker room.
Right.
And most of the people that were closest to the Sixers locker room saying that the injury he had last year with his meniscus, he probably could have played. If they were on the brink of the playoffs,
they might push him to play.
They probably would have played, or he would have been out 2 to 3 weeks or a month. It wouldn't have ended his season. But I think it was that thing where it's just oh, okay, well, you have a situation where you tore your meniscus. There's no reason for you to play anymore. We're not making the playoffs. We don't have Ben.
Yeah.
We have Dario. That's fine. Dario can grow and get better, which he did.
He's really good.
He did.
I don't know what this team's going to be like.
And then they added all 3 of those guys back, plus they got the number 1 overall draft pick.
When you just look at that team, their bench is a little bit suspect, but if everyone, as long as...
I think it's good enough for the East.
Good enough for the East, they'll slide at least 6 or 7. 6, 7, or 8.
Yeah.
And let's say maybe...
Also, depending how long the growing pains last.
The growing pains last, and if, let's say, Embiid is not healthy, hypothetically, they can still squeeze to the 8th seed, or, they'll lose by a minimum between 5 games, a 5-game margin.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad at all. Okay, so moving forward, Isaiah Thomas recently had an interview with Sports Illustrated discussing about the trade with the Cavaliers and the Celtics and how he felt about that. And, of course, Danny Ainge responded. I know, KG, you have more of the details. You want to go ahead and tell everybody?
Yeah, pretty much Isaiah was just saying he might not ever speak to Danny Ainge again. The Celtics GM said with everything that was going on and all the stuff and all the things he did for the team and for basically Boston and how Danny Ainge handled that, he just said, like, that was something you don't do, that's not right in your situation. He didn't like it at all. Danny Ainge responded with the cliche thing, Isaiah's a great player, he's going to be missed, we'll be thanking him all for blah, 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 that kind of stuff. Then Isaiah was like, oh, well, this is the best year of my career, but it was the worst year of my life. And then he admitted to saying that he should have never played in the playoffs because it just made his hip injury worse. So
It's a mess.
I don't think it's a mess. I just think he feels slighted, and
I would too.
It's totally understandable why he feels slighted.
As a Celtics fan, I was completely surprised this was a thing, because as much as we're pretty good rivals with Cleveland, I get it. It was a business move because it was the questionable hip injury of Isaiah, the fact that he is older, he is smaller, Kyrie is more talented. Like, I get that.
Kyrie's just bigger, stronger, faster.
Exactly, but you miss that grit. It's the grit that Isaiah Thomas has that Kyrie Irving is still trying to get. You know what I mean? He has to prove it this year, because if not, this trade to me was worthless. If he doesn't put forth as much effort as he can.
I agree.
I feel bad for Isaiah. I wish him all the best. He deserves everything for what he did for the city of Boston. You know what I mean? I hope he has a great season.
I think he is going to have a great season. I think that grit is going to go a long way with like LeBron and D-Wade, because you never really saw that between like LeBron's a gritty player.
Mm-hmm, he is.
But you never really saw that coming from Kyrie. Like Kyrie would have his you know what I mean, kind of moments, but it's just he was always calm, cool, and collected.
Yeah.
But I mean, going back to Isaiah, I mean, I understand it. It's easy to understand, like even from a normal person, like why he would feel that way.
Slighted, yeah, absolutely.
But it is what it is now.
Now, there were comments that that Kyrie made about the city of Boston. He was like, oh, like, it's crazy living in this big city, and I can't believe there's so much to do, and there's so much places to go, and people are saying it's a slap to Cleveland, but then when you realize it is Cleveland, like,
it is Cleveland. I mean,
what do you expect? Like, this isn't like, LA.
I mean, as tourist reviews I've heard from other people, I've always heard that Boston's a great city. And
I've been to Boston.
Really never heard anything about
Cleveland. Yeah. It's so. Why would you have a sports team in Cleveland? I don't know. Like, what's the draw? I'd rather have a sports team in Seattle.
I'm not a Cleveland fan, so I don't know. I didn't bring him to Cleveland. I don't support Cleveland teams, so. I mean, props to the Cavs, though.
Oh, yeah, props to the Cavs. Bringing in hope to the city. Give them a championship for the first time since ever.
Yeah.
All right, so that's gonna do it. That's gonna do it for us today. Thank you guys for listening to We'll Get You Hip. Tune in for the highlights this weekend on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/We'll Get You Hip PSU. Follow us, subscribe, follow our personal Twitters, follow the show's Twitter @GetHip_PSU. Leave a like, tweet at us, let us know what we can do, let us know what you want to talk about. And yeah, we'll see you guys.
You heard the man. Follow instructions.
Follow instructions. You guys are college students. I know half you guys are college students. Follow your instructions. And what was it?
If you're not, we still got love for you.
Still got love. Tune in next week for 5 to 6 here on Com Radio. See you guys.